It's lunchtime, and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from Studio A in the heart of Delray Gallery, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free at 888-565-1470 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Hey guys, welcome to a Me in Order Monday. We have a very busy day ahead of us with the Bahamas Relief, our two sons, Karen Turk, and the Surges Firearm Academy, all joining us today. Stay tuned for Freddie and Dawn.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe. Now we are doing a skeleton crew today.
Not really skeleton, just a new crew.
New crew? So don't write to me in the middle of it.
No, please do. Actually, just give us a call. I don't know, our phone line's open. I know they're open. You're going to put Tiffany on with everything?
Yes. Everything.
Look at her face. Not only is Tiffany on board and on phone, Tiffany actually also booked two of our guests, I should say, comes through Tiffany Kennedy. Captain Tiffany Kennedy. Good day. We should actually, if Tiffany wasn't on the board, we'd have her joining us. So keep a mic handy because we got a lot to hear about what's going on. I call it a Me in Order Monday because, for lack of a better word, we need to somehow package this whole show up. And it's about putting everything in order where it needs to be and helping our community, helping our families, helping the Bahamas. So many things. Helping Best Buddies on our next hour. So I'm going to start it off with a Me in Order Monday at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. I know, don't even talk about the Wi-Fi. I've been on it for a few hours and a few cups of coffee, so I'm ready to rock and roll. How was your weekend?
I worked.
Yeah, I know.
I was here.
I know we were here.
I just get amazed at some of the things that go on. First of all, let me congratulate the AMP2 football team, which lost in the playoffs 12-6.
But they got to the playoffs.
They should have won, but they lost, and that takes care of that. And I think that is goodbye for the Mets. I think I can get rid of my paper towel because there's 8 games left and they're 4.5 out. So, good season. That was fun. And also, I noticed that the Giants won, and Teddy calls me from Vegas, and I go, "Why are you calling me?" "Oh, I didn't call you." "Yes, you did, because the Giants won yesterday."
Is she the one that put it in the side room?
They pulled a Houdini. What?
Was that Teddy who put it in the side room? Oh,
yeah, it was Teddy, right? And she pulled a Houdini yesterday, and the Giants won. Congratulations to them. So I had a bloody massacre weekend.
But yesterday we had a great event we got to attend. We were invited to attend the Roots and Wings Teacher Honor Award, and that was at Delray Arts Garage. Over 200 teachers were there, and to be honored, these were all the teachers that received awards last year through Roots and Wings. What an amazing event.
There were over 200 awards given.
Sneeze. Not only were there awards given to the schools given, there were over 100 raffles given out. So everyone that was there got something or two things. It was amazing what they got. The teachers were so appreciative. There were so many great sponsors. Anthony's provided the food and wine, really some great connections in our community. So if you have a child in our school system in Palm Beach County, just stay tuned for Roots and Wings and your teachers that get to be awarded and recognized for the greatness that they do. I saw people there that I hadn't seen since my kids were in elementary school, and she recognized me, and sorry to say, like, I knew the voice. You know how people change, but you can always recognize the voice. Back to Del Prado. My son is 24, so that takes us back, that's my baby, so that takes us back quite a while to Del Prado Elementary School. And people, they were commenting, "Oh, I know we're from Spanish River High School." So It's amazing. People really stay within our school system for a long time. And Ted Hodgkinson's did a fantastic job organizing it. The reading program, these kids are passing their FCAT, they're getting extra reading help. You know what? It always goes back to our kids. So for more information, you can check out Roots and Wings on Facebook, or you can always contact us. Our studio line is open, 888-994-4995.
You know, I was going to ask, when you meet somebody, ladies, that you haven't seen in a long time, and you know they know you, they know everything about you, they seen the show, they know, and you don't know who this person is, and they're calling and they're talking about your kids and the dog that died, all of this stuff. What do you do? How do you talk to them?
I say, hello, darling. How are you?
How do you try and remember
How are
their
you,
name?
sweetheart? How are you, darling?
So you get all sweet stuff,
Sure.
but you have no idea what you're talking about or who you're talking to.
Sometimes just giving an opening, something kind, something nice, you get it back.
Well, I did that, and then I couldn't remember her name. I thought she was someone, she ended up being someone else, and I said, and this is my partner, Freddie.
That's what she does.
Waiting for her to say, hi, I'm so-and-so. She was, hi, it's nice to meet you. And I went, oh, jeez, I still don't know.
That is the line.
Until she got an award.
She throws me under the bus. You remember? No, I don't. I don't. My memory is worse than yours.
Well, poor Kelly. Think how many interviews we have done over the past 3 years. Thousands, right? And here Kelly sits, and she says,
You just did that to me with
She said,
Kelly.
I've been on your show. And I said, the cafe. She says, no, 2 broads. So that goes back.
Oh, you didn't
years.
remember anything?
I remember her name. I remember the company. But now this company is now international. So I thought, maybe Me in Order isn't what I was thinking. Maybe it's another company called Me in Order because they've got offices everywhere.
She says to me, and I could always tell when Dawn doesn't know. This I go, how you doing? Because I don't know who you are. I don't remember. But it sounds really bad when you tell somebody something like that. You know, I don't remember. I get bad memory. Names. So I don't remember their names, and they're here every day. This is Captain. That's Quiet Girl, new girl. And
You know
that's
Jackie
new girl.
Birch.
And Jackie Birch, I had to name it twice because I kept forgetting the Jackie part. And the only reason I know Manuel is because he's the only Latino in here.
He says yes.
Other than that, I don't know. Names, for me, names.
We got 5. We are not on a skeleton crew. We're just on a new training crew is what we're on.
It's unbelievable. But yesterday was a nice thing to, and I haven't seen you since 2 Broads.
Yeah, long time ago.
That was 3 or 4 years ago. That was a
time
long
ago.
I
time.
didn't remember, but
Long time ago. So wait
Very
till you see
nice.
how far her business is coming. And Tiffany introduced us to our 2 sons. We've got Cindy Singer and Stacy Katz joining us.
You know, I thought Cindy was gonna sing when we were writing up the boards. She said, "Cindy,
Right.
sing." I said, "Oh,
Cindy-
Cindy the singer."
Cindy Singer and Stacy Katz are New York girls, so we're really happy to
You're
be
from the
here.
Bro- you're from
She's
Brooklyn?
from Brooklyn. I'm from Queens.
How come nobody comes from the Bronx?
You come from the Bronx.
Who? Yeah, but your dad don't count because they call him the Godfather. We're gonna talk about that later. Oh no, that's your uncle, right?
But bum. Yeah, that's a whole other story for a whole
Oh,
other
no
day.
story.
But Tiffany introduced us to our 2 sons. So welcome, ladies. Just need you closer to your mics.
As close as you can get.
I spoke with Stacy, and you'll never gonna know what Stacy used to do for her career. This is gonna blow your mind.
I'm afraid
But
to
they
ask.
started a foundation for their kids about recovery. So tell us about our 2 sons and what it represents, who you are.
Okay.
You're up, Sin.
Well, Stacy and I were fortunate to meet in Palm Beach County at a coalition meeting. And unfortunately, I lost my son to an accidental overdose almost 4 years ago. And Stacy's son is battling and achieving recovery, and we're really happy about that. And, you know, that whole adage, you have to put purpose to your pain. And I felt like I had to do something. So I meet this other woman from Brooklyn, and from New York, and we just connected immediately, and we decided to do something about this. Something that would help honor my son, memory of my son, honor of her son, and they don't call us moms on a mission for nothing.
Right.
So tell me more about the organization. Tell me how it came about, where is it located, what does it do?
So, like Cindy said, we did meet at the Palm Beach. It was called the Substance Awareness Coalition. I believe now it's called the Behavioral Health Coalition. However, we met under awful circumstances, and of course, we're very close now, and we share a very special bond. But our goal was also, like Cindy said, not only to put pain to purpose, but to help people in early recovery. Because what we were watching was not only were that the people were dying, but the people that weren't were not getting the help that they needed. So we wanted to just go right to the roots of whether it was clothing or housing, whatever it was. And so how do you do that? You need money.
Right.
And, there are unfortunately a lot of naysayers, don't do this and don't do that and don't do Facebook, not Facebook, GoFundMe. And, well, when I realized that Cindy's son Rory's biological birthday was coming up in December, we had said that maybe we would get together and do a GoFundMe page in honor of his birthday. And when I found out exactly when his birthday was, I sat alone, I wrote it in honor of him. And she made me say, no, we're going to do it for our two sons, which is how we got the name.
Right.
Our two sons. We're old. You can remember my three sons back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's in honor of someone who lost their life and people who are struggling every day to stay alive.
And it's a struggle. And we're talking on the phone, and people say, my kid will never be in that situation. No one in my family will be in that situation. It's like being homeless, and we've had this conversation. Why are people homeless? They're uneducated, they don't have funds. This is not even the case. This can happen to anybody, anywhere. It's not it's not going to be me. It can be anything. And we were talking about, Stacey, what you used to do for a living.
I'm retired New York City police officer.
No, you're a cop. At what precinct?
61st precinct.
I
In
knew
Queens.
that was
Sheepshead
resonating with
Bay.
Freddie.
Sheepshead Bay, Brooklyn.
That's
Let's
a tough.
keep it in Brooklyn.
6'1" is tough.
Imagine.
That's a tough. I was in auxiliary the 3-4 in Manhattan.
Okay. So.
But it can happen anyone's family, and as moms, it's like food. Moms, a great normalizing experience because everyone has a mom, right? And what we do for our kids. Tell us what you're doing, how people can help you.
Sure. Well, I just want to say that I was a middle school principal. So when you say it could happen to anyone, in fact, this has been a really rough week out there on the streets. One of the teachers that I worked with for 11 years lost her son, and I found out. I didn't even know.
In Florida?
No, in New York.
New
She
York.
was in my school, one of the teachers in my school, and I reached out to her, but didn't even know during the whole time that we worked together that her son had substance use disorder. And it's the reason for that is because it is a stigma. Nobody does want to talk about it. We're hoping to bring light to the subject, and as you said, Dawn, it affects people everywhere, every walk of life. And just for the record, if you think it's getting any better out there, it's not. And unfortunately, the monies that are allotted to what they call treatment, I'd rather call it recovery, are very hard to get your hands on. So Stacey and I raise money. We get private donations, but we also get a lot of donations from the moms that we know and families that we know. Either they've lost a child and they don't want flowers sent to a funeral home, so they give it to our nonprofit, or just regular moms and dads out there and families that contribute $10, $15, whatever they can. And then in turn, we get a lot of phone calls from a lot of young people and not so young people that need housing, perhaps, who don't have insurance, who need food, clothing. Both of our cars are filled with clothes. It's rough out there. It's a really rough situation that isn't talked about as much as some of the other things we know that are epidemics and problems in our society.
It's like
the
mental
stigma.
health.
Yeah,
when we talk about that, we're going to talk about that on the next hour also. How old was your son when you first found out he had a drug problem?
I guess Rory was in high school, and it was progressive. So he had a job at 1298 Union on Long Island, and he hurt his back. And he went to a doctor, and he was prescribed opioids.
So that's what hooked him.
That's what did it.
That's a major problem going on right now in our country, and billions and billions of dollars are trying to be paid back, but it still doesn't resolve the problem. the question I have for you is, how do people, what's the outreach? How do people find you? Let's say they need your help. What's the easiest way to locate the help that you're offering?
Phone numbers. We put our phone number on our card. We don't care. They can call us at any time. We also have a Facebook page. And there's nothing that we won't do. The problem is, like we said, there's a big problem with the monies. It's not like we're getting big money. If we would love to, because we would love to help everybody.
There's so many problems, and we go back to the kids even just getting their hands on the drugs, and as family members not knowing. It's not like there's a big flashing sign when they start taking drugs of any sort that I actually had this conversation with you the other day about someone. I didn't know she was using drugs until she tells me 13 years later that I wasn't there. I didn't know.
Well, that's
so there's
why,
so many things.
Yes, that's why we decide that this is not a comfortable topic. By no means is it anything good to talk about. But if we don't talk about it and we don't discuss it, then we're not going to help anybody. If we are not ashamed of our kids, and we speak, other people will usually come up to us after wherever we speak and say, my nephew, my uncle, my aunt, my son, my daughter, and they feel more comfortable. And we have a big problem in this country. We don't want to identify people. We have to change the language that we're using, calling people, certain things, and we have to treat people with love and respect, and we have to love people when they can't love themselves.
It's really funny because unless a big shot has somebody affected by this, right? The president's daughter, let's assume, and God hope never to happen, but let's assume that happened. All of a sudden, you're going to watch it turn into a big deal. I think the conversation should be had just as a conversation. So you're in the middle of a thing and say, listen, did you hear about this? And boom. And just have the conversation. It doesn't matter about being uncomfortable because, you're saving souls. You lost one, but do you know how many you're going to be saving? We did this with just like Jack.
We feel if we can help one person, and we've helped several, and not all of them make it, but if one, then I feel that I've done what I'm here to do.
But I just tell you this morning, the Bible says, and we don't talk religion.
What the Bible say?
You save one soul, you've saved the world.
True that. But you got to be able to force the conversation. It isn't anymore about being uncomfortable because everybody knows the opioid, that one, is a runaway train. And everybody knows that the kids have been hooked on this. There's a lot of kids I play football with, and they were taking them. All of a sudden, they're in the streets because you don't. How many times I'm going to say it? Stop thinking you know your kids. You don't know your kids. You think you do. You want to know your kids, but you don't. Better said, and I will go to argument on this, friends in the street know your kids better than you because they go there before they come here. And that's the bottom line. You want to talk about uncomfortableness? Talk about what we think we know and what we don't. There you have uncomfortable because when you put them in the ground, today is my father's anniversary. He died 3 months ago. When you put them in the ground, there's no getting them back. And you can't say I shoulda, coulda, woulda. So this stigma about having uncomfortable conversation, that to me doesn't mean nothing no more. I stir up uncomfortable conversation because it is the only way to get something done in this country. It is the only way to get something done. Did you see the health care piece they're doing on CBS on Channel 12? Mm-hmm. Watch it in the morning. Mm-hmm. The disaster about people going to the hospital and insurance companies, we don't cover that. Mm-hmm. You don't need that major operation. You don't need to walk. What do you need to walk for?
We started our platform as having the conversations. Now we have the uncomfortable conversations.
It should be.
Because we've done a lot of the conversations, but now it's getting into the uncomfortable ones. It's those that people don't talk about.
Let's create the uncomfortable zone.
We should. The uncomfortable conversation should be a new segment.
I mean, think about it. If you ask somebody that...
we're going to have that uncomfortable conversation with you in a few minutes.
Can you understand having somebody come up here in a bikini? Wear a bikini. You want to get uncomfortable? Let's get real uncomfortable. Because saving lives isn't uncomfortable. It's something people don't want to do. That's what it comes down to.
Sure. And I always want to mention that we think it's only our young people. But how many people die in their sleep every night from taking opioids for pain. And there are people, I mean, if you look at the statistics, they're in their 50s and their 60s.
Well, the geriatric population, and
the
that's not even that they know.
population.
It's because one doctor gives you this pill, and then another one because you have a side effect, and then another doctor gives you this pill because they don't know you're on those two, and then you go to a third doctor. Next thing you're on 12 pills, and then you've got a massive something catastrophic happens, and
So
that's
it's underreported in that population, because if you have people in the
it's all
geriatric,
prescribed.
No one's
Right.
going
if you have
for
people
it.
in the
Right.
geriatric community, they go to sleep and there's no autopsy, there's no follow through, so it's just accepted. I mean, I'm not a big on statistics. I mean, whatever we go to coalition meetings, we go wherever we need to go. Tomorrow there's a big
Facing
the crisis. We go to wherever we can go, and I think that we're up to about 192 people that we lose a day.
Now,
It's unacceptable.
I want to point something out real quick, because I know we're going to be going to commercial soon. I want to point something out. You ladies are in a position where you have to be nice. You see, you can't be strong, because if you want people to talk to you, to raise money, awareness, you got to play the political game. I can tell by her eyes. Me, I don't have to be nice. I have to be truthful. I have to be honest. I got to say, look, when I was in high school playing football, and Juju will back me up on this, I was a lineman. And I'm going to tell you, every part of my body hurt. So my cousin's father was a pharmacist. Guess where we went? Right to the pharmacy. And guess what we took? Mm-hmm. We used to make a milkshake of everything, every painkiller known to man. Mm-hmm. Now, my parents don't know this. And for the first time, I'm saying it in public. My kids don't know this. You know why? Because you got to make noise. You got to understand and be there. You got to understand what pain in the body feels like, and you don't want to feel it. Then you got pressure in school. You got pressure with your girlfriend, your boyfriend, everything in between. It's a lot of weight in a condensed body. But you guys have to play nice, because...
To a degree.
Yes,
But
and I
that's
want to
a- that's
say
that cop talk
you're
here.
looking at a cop and a principal.
that
We
cop.
don't really care. I'll call the cop and I'll put the
We
kid
have
in
no,
detention. I don't care.
we have no skin in the game. In other
No.
words, what we do is strictly from our hearts.
She's a cop.
You know.
You can see it.
And,
What
and
about your instincts as a police officer? Do you get a
How
vibe
your
when
instinct
kids...
as a mom. And
No, we're
everyone's your
gonna get there in a
Yes.
second. We'll get there, but I want to do the cop piece first, because you ever walk into a room and you go,
yeah.
Do you say something?
Depends on where and how, and you know the company that I end up keeping now. Yeah, it's not that it's very comfortable. Even if it's not comfortable, I will speak up at meetings. Now that doesn't mean I have to be rude.
No, not at
and
all.
abrasive, but I do need to be assertive,
But
and I
other
do need
people
to
will.
hold people to task.
But that's right, because other people will come on and say, you know, maybe this isn't appropriate to talk about now. It's never appropriate to talk about.
No, we don't. We take every opportunity we can to talk about it
Absolutely.
because
Right.
we are moms. So if it could happen
that's the
to
other
our
side.
kids, it could happen to anyone.
Happen to anybody.
Well, how do people reach you for our two sons?
Yeah. The best way are our phone numbers, or just go to our Facebook page and write to us.
Moms on a Mission.
Yeah.
Find them on Facebook. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we
Slow
come
it down.
back,
You
I'm
ready?
slowing it down. We got
You ready
Dylan
to
here. We
work?
can help.
Oh,
When we
Dylan
come
can
back,
help.
we're going to talk about Me in Order. We're going to bring over Kirsten Stevens. We're going to talk about Bahamas Strong. She's so busy over there, I know, but we're going to bring her up on set. Move her to camera 3. More to come. We've
I
got
know
a
her.
lot to talk about. You know
I
everybody.
remember her.
Give us a call in studio, 888-994-4995, and we will be right back.
Quality, service, and very competitive pricing for all of your travel needs. As a cruise planner's travel advisor, Paul Vadiano will help you discover exciting adventures around the world, from cruises to land tours and completely packaged vacations. Paul specializes in all types of travel and will create an unforgettable vacation, wedding, or event just for you. Find Paul at www.cruiseoptics.com, on Facebook, or by phone at 561-232-2626. We make your travel dreams come true.
Felt that your voice goes unheard, and you think that you can make a difference if only someone would just listen. It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have the platform to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 80800. That's CAFE to 80800.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Nick. I'm at Hey Mr. DJ Courtesy Limo. I service all of South Florida. We offer really great services. We offer DJ and limo service. When you book the DJ service through us, you get the Courtesy Limo for the entire day. My office number is 561-507-4376. Mention Yelp or Google, you get 15% additional savings. You can look me up on Yelp or Google on the Hey Mr. DJ.
Are you ready for the challenge? Do you know what's coming? Are you ready to become a healthier you in 12 weeks? Welcome to Shred Zone. Shred Zone Fitness offers a personalized training program that you can do. With 30 minutes of time and online daily support, motivation, and a customized, easy, and flexible program designed with you in mind. Contact us at ShredZoneOnline.com and Shred Zone Fitness Studio, 561-331-2059. Shred Zone Online gives you 24/7 access to your personal trainer, personalized nutrition suggestions, strength training, and weekly accountability. Contact Shred Zone today at 561-331-2059. Let Shred Zone shred you to a better health. ShredZoneOnline.com or 561-331-2059.
Hey guys, and we're back with the Brooklyn Cafe TV show. We just heard from these two really inspiring ladies, and during the commercial break, they told me that without having a positive attitude, they would be able to do anything. So now let's welcome on our next segment with Dawn and Freddie S.
And we are back. Freddie's making coffee at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. He's serving, being the host with the most. I guess you're the host, not the hostess.
You ladies want coffee?
Well, thank you.
I did ask them when they sat down.
Yes,
Yeah, so we're serving at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. We are live. We are live at the heart of Delray Gallery, 1440 North Federal Highway. Our phone lines are open, 888-994-4995. We started off our show on the Me in Order Monday. We need to get to Me in Order, but there is a segue in my whole mind here. We talked about our two sons. Mom's on a mission for the recovery process for their children, for everyone. I know, Ramona, it perks your ears up, right? So you're going to have to meet these two ladies as well, and the conversation will continue. We've got Kirsten Stevens joining us from Bahamas Strong, and Kelly Barber with Me in Order. And Kelly, I know there's a way to segue all this together, because it's about putting some order in our lives when we can, right? There are things that happen that we can't order, we can't control, but those things that we can, you can come along and help us do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of things out there that we can't control because there's all these other outside forces. But what we can control is really what's inside our four walls or in our home. And so, Me in Order, we focus on residential organizing and the stuff that really happens inside our homes, because it does affect what we take out into the world. And so, just having your kitchen's in order helps you better prepare for your food and your family. Having your paperwork in order keeps the outside forces under control, and knowing that when things need to go out and when things need to come in. And so really just keeping what you're able to focus on inside your house, because ultimately you get to decide what comes in your house.
It's your house to live in. I was looking, and you think about how much your company has grown since I met you 3-4 years ago. She's now international. She's in other states as well as here.
But wait,
So
hold on.
national,
Well, hold
not
on.
international.
National, sorry.
So,
Soon, wait, it's coming. You'll see.
so it's about organization. Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
The more organized you are, the more better things will
The
work
more
out for you.
time you have to to focus on things that you truly do love and enjoy. You know, like the ladies that were here earlier, you know, they're focusing on supporting others in the community. Well, if their homes were a disaster or not in order, they wouldn't have the time or the energy to put focus, because their minds would not be clear enough to be able to go out into the world.
I see the problemo for me.
Come on in, Sarge. Have a seat.
Sarge, how are you? I see my problem.
You're not organized.
I want to be organized. I want to be. It's like that little train that wants to be.
You're like a pack rat, though.
I'm not a pack rat.
Your bags have bags. Well, my bags have bags. Your wire bags have bags. I walk in every
think
morning.
with wires, I think there's a breeding thing, because it just
Your
happens with
wires do
everybody
breed.
that has wires.
You come in. We went to Ramona's the other day. You opened up a bag. I'd never seen this bag before. And you had more wires. We've got wires. Our wires have wires.
You know, it's funny. When we went to Ramona's place, it's the first time we've ever been there. And I moved some tables around, right? Her husband's like, oh, you got a lot of wires. It takes a lot of wire. I mean, a microphone takes a while, right? You got 4 mics. You got another 2. That's 6 mics. It takes wires. And I can't, but that's not the organized I'm worried about. I'm talking about the head in the house in my head. Because I want to do 27,000 things in 1 minute. Today we did some editing, which really was complicated. Still not finished. We had sound, we had the ladies, we had the guests. And mind you, my partner here tells me we have no one coming today. It's going to be a quiet
today
set.
I told you we were a full set.
Yeah, about 5 minutes ago.
We haven't even hit the 1 o'clock hour yet.
About 5 minutes ago. And so I can't stay organized. I would love to. My desk is a mess. You ever have that messy desk and you go, can you find, and I go like this? When they organize it, I'm a mess.
My dad's like that. It can be piles spread out. And you ask him for a piece of paper, he knows exactly where, pulls it out. Maybe it's like a New York thing. I don't know, ladies.
Hey, you ladies look organized. She looks organized.
I will say, principal desk, right?
Talk it to your mic.
If you organized, I wouldn't find it, but I have to tell you, I'm a research person. It doesn't mean you're not organized.
What does it mean? I'm
It
a
just
mess.
means that that's the way that's your modus operandi. That's how you operate.
That's
Yeah,
my
you have
modus
to keep in mind that
operandi.
everybody operates differently, and so like what's organized to Dawn is not organized. It's completely different.
no, she
than what
drives
you
me
need,
insane.
And
Yeah,
the same
true.
thing with me, and so it's a matter of creating systems that work best for you. So like you have all these ideas. Oh, I want to get this accomplished. I have that same issue as well.
Okay.
People tell
But
me
you
that
do
all
it
the time.
organizedly.
No, I'm
that a
like,
word?
I finally learned that I can only, like, for me, it's like, I think things are going to take shorter amounts than they actually do. So I'm like, oh, I can accomplish all of this. And yes, it's very frustrating. So it's just a matter of learning and being okay with, you know what, I didn't get all that accomplished. And what's the most important things?
I'm depressed.
But one of the things
Chris
she
is
talked
true.
about is people don't want to spend the money because you have to get 100 clear boxes. And you say, no, you don't. You probably have everything you need in your house to get organized. It's just, where do you start? And you go, all right, I'm going to start with the drawer. You open up that one junk drawer. And the next step, there's another drawer. My bathroom is worse than anything. The old makeup, the old stuff, the old makeup bags, how many drawers I open up, I'm going to go through that. And you don't. Half my bathroom drawers must be filled with things I don't use.
Because it's not fun and you're not going to take the time to do it. And
But
so,
you will help do that.
Yeah, absolutely. So we would, go in there and open up the drawer and start sorting through stuff. But what happens is when you have an organizer that's working with you, then you as the client are able to, you're able to, if you need to run out or be distracted by the phone, you have someone there that is staying on task.
It's like squirrel, shiny things.
Yeah,
Now I
and then
have
it's
3
like,
ones.
okay, Dawn, you're done with that. So you were making decisions on these 5 different color of lipsticks.
You know, it's a scary thought because Dawn is very organized. She organizes things and I watch her and I get exhausted just watching her. And Chuck is very organized.
There's organized in there.
No, there's over the limit, past the sun,
There's
look out
CDO.
guys, here I come. You guys are just ridiculously organized.
I was told other
You-
things about your house that some people
I am
are very
not organized.
in your house.
I'm not organized enough. Now, if I see I gotta do something over there, I go over there and I do it. But that's not organized.
What's interesting is when I started talking to Kelly, they were doing hurricane organization, and it's been a couple weeks. And Kirsten, that's how you kind of all come together. That I'm glad you're here because our conversation started about people getting ready for the hurricane. What do you need to do to prepare? How do you get hurricane ready? The whole "Are you ready?" segment. So it's more than just cleaning out our extra stuff that clutters our head, right? You walk into a house and you have piles of papers everywhere. You can't even have clarity of mind. You got to run the dishwasher, you got to do laundry, and then the laundry's piled up. I just put my laundry away from last week yesterday because I needed room to do my laundry for this week.
See?
But wait a minute, but a dishwasher and doing laundry, a machine does that.
But it's just things
That's
on your mind
hit
of
button.
things to do.
But it's a matter of sorting the laundry.
Oh, you have to sort it? This one, you ever see? What do you got to sort it into?
Colors, because you don't want to put your pinks, your reds with your white clothes, and then they.
She's done that. This came blue one day.
Yeah, that's a new one. The one on our set that's tie-dye, it's because I washed it with the black
But let me
tablecloth.
ask you, if you wash everything in cold water, will it still run? The colors, really?
It could.
Look at our tablecloth.
That thing is like all these psychedelic colors. Is that what you did?
You know, it started out
Here's
as a
the
mistake.
thing: is if it does run, and now you've got this, white shirt that's supposed to a blue shirt that was supposed to be white. Now you have another problem on your hands because now you're like, okay, I have to either go shopping for another white shirt
Or
to
you put in
replace this,
Clorox.
but if it has black writing on, you put in Clorox. Now you're bleaching it.
You see, you're getting complicated.
I know, but
just about
that's
uncluttering
what
your mind.
Being organized is knowing that okay, there's a rhyme and reason to certain things because the effects that could happen if you don't follow, if you don't have things.
It's like putting metal in the microwave.
Right.
And they go ding, 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 and you're wondering why it looks like a pinball machine in there, right?
But when you organize your home, whatever your home space is, your mind is a little bit clearer to do what you need someplace else because it kind of declutters the house in your head.
Yeah. Okay.
No?
I agree. I
How can people find me in order?
So we are pretty much on every social platform.
Everywhere.
So, but most easiest is our website, meinordr.com.
You're organizing everybody nationally?
So we service South Florida, we service Atlanta, Georgia, and we will be servicing.
How do you
Tampa
get
at
all
the
out?
end of-
Oh, it's not you. You're sending.
So Me in Order is not only a marketplace for the consumer, but we're also a platform for organizers. So people that love to organize but hate doing all the back end part of the work because
Right.
there's you're running a business, and so having someone run that business for you while you're out there serving people and loving on people.
It's
and helping
interesting.
them just roll.
Do you do the scanning for computers and laptops so you don't have to keep paper? You ever seen that stuff?
So we can do them for some of our clients, not all of our clients, because there's a cost associated with it.
I'm going to show you how you can create your own. It's a program.
So all of our systems for our organizers are all digital based. So like our organizers aren't responsible.
Do you
for
scan
keeping
all your paperwork?
No, but Gio came up with a program, him and this kid from Canada, and they can do it. You put it into the feeder and you don't have to pay nothing. All you have to do is use those little disc things to keep it.
Interesting.
Yeah, you just have to buy.
But it's the labor,
equipment.
right? Someone would
Yes.
have to
Yeah,
hire
somebody has
Kelly
to
and me
do
in
it.
order to do it because you're not doing it.
No, somebody has to do it, yeah. So you
Yeah.
got to feed it or you put it in and it feeds itself.
Does it go with the sound effects?
It does.
It
It's
does
just
for
So
everything.
yeah, I mean, we've had clients that do have the system, the different types of software and what are they called? Technical tools to get it done. But it's a time thing. Is where do I have the time?
And it's the logistics also because you could have 50,000 pieces of paper in there and they mean nothing.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm guilty of.
Well, and that's where your software program comes into place is, being able to tag or locate a word so you're able to search it.
I'm
Because
exhausted.
that's the whole thing is being organized, is being
Finding
able
it.
to find it.
Oh, that's a lot of work.
No, it's not a lot of work. You have
That's
to be
why Kelly's
organized.
here, is what I can say. And we talk organizations. And Kirsten with Bahamas Strong, you guys talk about organizing so many things.
Yeah.
What's
yeah.
happening with Bahamas Strong?
No, there's been so much. But you talked about organizing hurricane supplies, and I just want to come back to that for a second. Hurricane season isn't over. So
That's right.
keep them safe, keep them in a bin, right? Is that
Yeah.
what you tell people? Keep them in a bin
absolutely.
somewhere?
Yeah, when the hurricane is over, put everything back in your storm bin and keep it for the season. But
A storm
once the
bin.
season
A storm
is
bin.
A
done,
storm bin.
you need to take that food and that water and you need to put it back into your everyday living because otherwise, we may not have a hurricane for 2 years and you go, oh, I have the food in my storm bin. You pull it out, everything is expired.
I'm
Great
still back
lesson.
to the storm bin.
I love storm bin. I need a storm bin. My stuff is just shoved in a
Now,
corner
you-
of the bag.
you-
No, because then you pull it down from the closet.
She goes,
to the
I am a storm
garage,
bin,
and
right.
you get it done.
Storm bin!
storm.
But
kinda
yeah,
like
but back to hurricane. I did spend some time in the Bahamas. I was there for about a week, helping with some of the relief efforts, and wow, I came back a little overwhelmed. It's emotionally and physically exhausting. There's a lot going on. There's a lot that needs to be done. However, there's also great news. So I will say that there's a shift now towards rebuilding efforts, which is great. It means that a lot of the relief mechanisms are in place. There's been a lot of direction from outside organizations, international aid organizations that have come in. They do this in disaster sites, right? So they've come in, they've put strategies in place, mechanisms in place. Things are flowing well in terms of logistics, supplies, deliveries, getting aid to the people who need it. That's all going very, very well. There are still some challenges. There are a lot of people in shelters still. So imagine if you have a family of 5 or 6 in a shelter. The husband can't work because there are no jobs, because he just got uprooted from where he lived in the Abacos. So there's nothing for him to do all day. Mom is busy looking after kids. Kids have not yet been assimilated into the school system in Nassau, so they have nothing to do, and they're just running around all day. It's stressful, and when you have 1,000 people in one shelter, and they're all trying to survive and keep themselves occupied and stay out of trouble, it's difficult. Plus, you're trying to sleep in cots right next to other people, and there's no privacy, and it's tough. It's tough.
What are they doing with the debris? Because obviously you got to clear the debris in order to build. So what are they doing with the debris?
They have started moving debris. What I had heard was that there was a company coming in that does incineration of debris from disasters. And it basically incinerates it to just polvito, a little powder. That's it, right? So, but this is for places that have had tsunamis, they've had, earthquakes, things like that. And you do have to get rid of all of that. Some of it's toxic. Most of it cannot be reused. It has mold, it needs to be treated if they're going to try and reuse it. So, but I don't think they're there yet. They're still actually just clearing, if you can imagine, making the piles.
Oh, it's going to be like that for years.
It's going to be a long time.
And the other thing is, there was an oil spill disaster that did not enter the waters.
Correct.
Did you hear about this story? I mean, it's like God put his hand up and stopped it right at the beach, and it didn't enter because of the way the winds were blowing. All of that oil did not go into the beach; it stayed inland in the surf.
They call it a splatter disaster, which I guess means that it's displaced from the containers, but it's not a leak either underground or directly into the ocean. So you're absolutely right. It's a little miraculous.
It was unbelievable.
Don't know how that happened, but thank you. Yes.
Well, so much of that whole storm, as bad as it was, there was a lot of miracles that did occur.
Absolutely.
There was a lot of people whose lives were saved, a lot of the eastern United States that went untouched. So as bad as it was.
A lot of pets. Yeah. We've met a lot of people that were adopting pets, dogs and cats from the islands.
Yes.
Here, we met them on Friday.
Yeah.
So we had a second team of Bahamas Strong. My colleagues went just this past week, and they visited the Bahamas Humane Society, which has taken in hundreds of pets from Grand Bahama and the Abacos. And they have pets that are going out for fostering, for adoption, and it's going really well. So, but there are needs there too, right? They need food, they need supplies. So it's still very intense on many different fronts.
Did we get a tally of how many people died?
Can you believe there is still no official tally?
Well, I heard also that there was an area that when you first saw the helicopters, all of that is mud, and that there were bodies allegedly. I mean, this is the news that we're getting from there. Underneath all of this debris and mud, that there were bodies down there.
Yes.
And they still haven't gotten there.
Drownings. Basically.
Yeah. We're still looking for? You need funding more than anything else, correct?
Yes. So the two big areas that we're focused on: rebuilding. So now we've moved a little bit away from the supplies, water, food, because there's a lot of that going into the Bahamas. We're moving into building supplies, machinery, equipment, tools, forklifts. I am desperate for 2 forklifts for a distribution center in Nassau. So equipment, supplies, those types of things. Less on the food and water front. And then the other thing is, there is a massive effort to provide psychosocial support. So there is a huge need for trauma counseling. There's a need for therapists to come into orphanages, for example. We have a handful of orphanages. The parents have either disappeared, or they became so desperate that they gave up their children because they didn't know what to do, or they couldn't keep them all fed and looked after, so they've asked them to be temporarily housed. And those shelters have children, some of them are 20, 30, 40 per room. They need trauma counseling. The staff needs trauma counseling, the kids do, the adults in the shelters need it. So we've activated several different groups through local universities, through disaster relief organizations. We're going to be sending groups of trauma therapists over there. They're all under the Bahamas Psychological Association, so that's sort of the umbrella entity that's going to be helping with this effort. And of course, for those people, we need to pay for airfare, accommodations. So funds really are what's needed the most. Now there is a wish list on Amazon. So if you go to bahamastrong.org, we have an Amazon wish list with all of the tools, equipment, supplies, building supplies that are needed. And you can just purchase, have it shipped directly to Tropics Shipping in Fort Lauderdale.
And how do you find it on Amazon?
So if you go to bahamastrong.org,
okay.
the list
there.
for the Amazon wish list is on there. Okay. I think you can just go on Amazon and look for the Dorian Relief Fund as well.
And they can also, people can make donations. They can still text, same texting?
Same texting. You can just text Dorian to 21,000. You can also text Bahamas to 21,000. There's a PayPal account on the bahamastrong.org site. And we've really been pleased with the response, but this is a long haul. So the one other piece that we've done is we work sort of as a philanthropic intermediary. So I think I mentioned to you that there are foundations and big philanthropists that want to support. We have connected them with the philanthropists and the foundations in the Bahamas. So there's now a clear channel of communication. There's an understanding of what needs there are and how they're being met. And there's reassurance and credibility, so that the foundations here understand that yes, there are people on the ground, they know what they're doing, they're part of a master plan for rebuilding, and things will go smoothly to where they need to go.
How's the weather been?
Beautiful.
Okay, now you
a little
do
windy,
know
but
there's-
absolutely
but
gorgeous.
there's another one by
Kelly
Puerto Rico.
PR.
It's going
Yes.
to Saturday, but
Yes.
it's gonna not be a hurricane. It's just gonna turn into some kind of storm.
It's season.
And you're in a season, and there isn't a lot of sand in the atmosphere. You know, these highs, there was another one going right at the Bahamas, and
Yes.
it wrapped around a high. Again, that's God's hand. But the thing you got to remember is we are in hurricane season.
We are?
Whether it's temperature change or not, climate control, I don't care. I don't want to hear it because a hurricane's a hurricane. You got to get prepared.
But you got to
do
be
this.
prepared. You got to stay organized. Stay organized. Right? You
That's
have
right.
to stay organized all the time. And Kelly can help you do that, whether it's with your storm bin, and when you clean out, and what if you have extra clothing? You come into someone's home, they've got extra things, we can donate it to our two sons, right? You're collecting clothing. I know recovery is near and dear to your heart as well, Ramona.
Yeah.
And as far as Bahamas, they can take donations. They're more funding than probably food and water, but there's so many things when you clean out the things that no longer serve you that will serve other people.
And you want to stay also during this segment, you want to stay organized because if storms come, I'm sure you have a plan in play and everything else. Because some of the things that came back, I was going to even text you the famous cook
Yes.
that was over there.
So I ran into him.
Did you? Oh my
Yes,
God.
we
I
had
cannot,
a great chat.
I wanted
Chef
to,
Jose Andres.
Yeah, I wanted to jump on a plane because, you know, he landed a helicopter
He made
on...
some really good sandwiches. It looked like.
But he landed on a place that was set up for to remove bodies and things, and they knew it. But he was there to bring food. He says, "You don't do that here. You got to take it over there." He says, "Sir, I'm trying to give you food." "No, I don't want food." And he got into an argument on television because you don't know what's going on. So you couldn't blame this guy. They went back to talk to the guy.
Yeah.
He is so humble, and he says, "I want to apologize," because he didn't know who was coming with food. Here comes a helicopter. He's like, "Get out of here."
Well, and interestingly too, because so I ran into him at a restaurant on my last day when I was heading back, and I just went up to him and I said, "I just want to thank you." And you know, he's from Spain and I have a Latin background, so we chatted in Spanish. And he said, "Kirsten, we have mapped out every single island, and of course there's 700, right?
700.
So
That's
in this
amazing.
area, there are hundreds of islands and keys. We've gone to every single one. We have it on a massive map. We know exactly how many meals for each section, what time of day, where we can go.
It's amazing.
And they've put that together by landing their helicopter in all of these different spots and just taking a physical inventory of what's needed. It's amazing.
He
what he's
is.
doing.
How about organized?
He's,
Yes.
he's an organized guy by himself.
By himself.
And he
It's a
was
force
upset
of
because they
nature.
wanted, I think, 16,000 meals the first day, and I think he only had 85 or 9,000 because
Yes.
some things didn't come in.
Yes.
And he was beside himself.
Well, and the thing is that he doesn't have access to, stuff that's coming in supply-wise still needs to be checked at the port by customs. He got so frustrated, he just started flying stuff in. He said, I'm just going to bring it in directly because I can't feed all these people if I wait for 2 weeks for the things to get cleared.
Airports are open?
He's amazing. What's that?
The airports, are they open?
Yes. Well, you mean in the islands? 1 or 2 are open. Yeah, 1 or 2.
It's probably not highly suggested you go over, and
Yeah,
No,
don't fly.
not at the moment.
just stay where you are. Make your donations from solid ground.
But I will say they need tourism. So no travel to Abaco or Grand Bahama right now by tourists because those are areas that were hard hit. But Nassau is open for business.
I heard
and they
Sandals
need
is open.
tourism. Yes.
Sandals
is open. Atlantis, Bahamar. They really need
And
tourism.
they're
So we
matching.
encourage people to
I
go.
heard they're matching whatever they raise.
Yes, they are.
They'll match
A
it,
few
so-
different organizations are doing that, and I'm
That's
so
amazing.
pleased to see it. Yeah.
You bring in 100,000 in
Can you
tourism,
imagine?
they're going to
Becomes
match
200.
it.
It's pretty amazing.
I know. It's
Really
incredible.
incredible.
It's incredible. Yeah.
Yes, Ramona?
Oh no, I was just thinking what you were talking about the Bahamas because when I had adopted a cat a couple of years ago and it came from Puerto Rico from one of the storms at the Tri-County Animal Hospital. And he is the most adorable thing. You could pick him up, but don't go near him when there's a female cat like standing outside my door. And then I was listening to you and like my daughter is a personal organizer in New York and I am the most disorganized person. And before she came to Florida, I actually went and cleaned my entire house. I couldn't find in my closet 2 shoes that matched. And I have like the California closet, so it's not. And I totally know. She says to me, everything has to have a home.
Mm-hmm.
Everything has a home, and everything is labeled. All your boxes are labeled. Like she has
Everything
an
in my
art
house has a
cart.
home, a drawer.
And then
And
you
you
put the
open up the
dividers
drawers,
in, right? You put the dividers in and everything.
Are you organized?
No.
No, she just
She said she's the most
I just wanted
disorganized.
to replace
I tell people all the
repeat it.
time, I go, there are a lot of times where either your parents were super organized and you are completely disorganized.
That's my case, yeah.
Or your parents are super organized and you caught that gene. But more so, like in my family, like my husband and me are organized, and our kids have 2 teenagers, and they're
Organized.
pretty. I mean, you walk into their rooms and sometimes it's like, do they need to? Clean
I have a
it?
new definition.
But
Organized mess. I am an organized mess.
You're organized chaos.
Control chaos.
Freddie's
Control-
organized
control
chaos.
chaos.
No control.
Control chaos.
You're controlled?
Yeah. I make a mess and keep it all like right there.
Well, our next hour is not going to be so controlled. Look, we just walked in the door.
I know. She's in the house. Are you?
She's in the house.
New girl, you organized?
That would be Nicole.
Nicole. I like it when they do this. What is that?
Ladies, are your cars organized? Are all your foundation organized for supporting families?
You're
Very
organized. Yeah.
My car is not because people keep
Talking
throwing
to your
things in, to
Talking
bring
to your
other
microphone.
people. but-
Talking to your mic.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Well, you saying what?
I'm very organized.
Always been that way?
Pretty
She's a retired
much.
police officer. She's
I know.
got to be.
I know. Cops
Pretty
have
much,
to be.
but it really does something for me, and I love organizing for people. I have a friend that will not let me go in her house because she knows I tell her it's going to be we're committing. Everything's out. We're going to figure out where it goes, and she's like, no, I'm not letting you in.
And I'm thinking
She can't do it yet.
next week are the Jewish holidays. I got people coming. I look around my
you
house.
better be organized.
I'm thinking, where can I put all these things? And what cabinet do they get put in before everyone comes for dinner?
Really?
That's what I was thinking
Just
all
like right
morning.
before Passover. Like I
that
have to move
too.
everything
Twice a
around
year.
and change everything around, and then after Passover's over, and I go into to get everything, I don't know where I put it
Yeah.
because the last minute stuff.
And you've been doing it
just-
how many years?
Oh,
Even your
a
stuff
lot
has
of
stuff.
years.
Your stuff has stuff.
My stuff has stuff.
Like Rosh Hashanah prepares you for Thanksgiving. So like you're pretty organized from Rosh Hashanah to Thanksgiving. It just stays in the closet.
Isn't one of
And then
these?
Thanksgiving comes. Hanukkah's like a free for all,
Well,
so
hold
you're
on a
good with
second.
that.
Isn't-
Then Passover comes, you start all over again. You
Isn't
gotta
one
turn
of
the oven
these
on.
things starting over?
Sunday.
It's starting over, right? So 86, everything is starting all over again.
Start all over again. Clean it up. You know, it's a perfect time
Huh?
for you to clean
Right?
up.
Toss
It is. Well,
Toss
it's the change of a season too. Like
Change
today's
of
the
a
first
season.
day of fall.
Today is the first day of fall.
Is it?
Yes,
It is?
Yeah. And so it's the perfect time, for Florida.
I know,
it's
right?
hard
This is
for us
Florida.
because
How do I-
we can still wear our white pants and our tank
Oh, is that what it
tops
is? You're
and
not
our-
allowed to wear white in the fall?
After Labor Day,
White
you don't
pants
wear
are
white.
shoes
Not
after
supposed
Labor
to
Day, not
wear.
so much.
So I
But in
can't wear
Florida,
white?
that doesn't go. It's
I'm wearing white sandals tomorrow.
Kelly, give
I
out your
rebel.
information where people can find me in order.
So meandorder.com,
That's
and our phone number is 561-244-5655. That's my direct number.
And Kirsten, BahamaStrong.org.
BahamaStrong.org, 561-208-6468.
And ladies, our two sons.
How do we reach you?
Yeah, well, I have a 516 number, so it's 516-978-2904, and also our Facebook page, Our Two Sons, and we have donate buttons on there as well, and we can always use the help.
516, go ahead.
516.
I have a 561, Stacy Katz, 561-523-1038.
And we're going to switch over.
516 is Long Island. 561 is Florida. I got a 347 number.
And we got a new game we're
okay.
playing.
Isn't that Chicago?
What?
Is that?
No, it's New York.
That's
Ready
New
to
York.
switch
But it
over?
could be Chicago if you want. What?
Hey, Dylan, put back on camera 3, real quick, because we're playing a new game. If you know what person belongs to that body from the neck down, stay tuned for the next hour.
I was just thinking about.
That's it. You gave it all away.
Gave it away there.
You gave it away. Everybody's going to be writing in here now.
888-565-1470. My phone's been blowing up with you coming on already all morning today. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. 95.3 FM, 1470 AM.
You gave it away. Now.
Thank God, we're a
Let's all welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet TV radio production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development, and they use all the latest platforms to help make all your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes or live radio streaming as well as tape productions for social media platforms and television. AMP2 TV can handle all of your television needs, including closed caption for a perfect on-air telecast. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages or visit one of their many studios to get your creative juices flowing. Come and see why AMP2 TV works.
iWill Advisor
with many major
specializes
companies,
in
including
every aspect of
Comcast,
Medicare
Bravo,
and what
Fox
options are
29,
most likely
as
to
well
help
as
or
individuals
hurt you.
and
And
businesses
that way
of
you
all
can get a
types and
plan
sizes.
that
To
fits
see
your
samples of
lifestyle
their
and
work
needs
or to find
at an
out more,
affordable
visit
rate.
their website
Call Debbie
at
at 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
or call them at 866.
Hi, this is pharmacist nutritionist Jerry Hickey. Did you know that 30% of your body is made out of collagen, yet collagen production starts to decline at the age of 25? This affects your skin, hair, and nails. It even affects your bones and joints. Millions have discovered the youthful secrets of collagen. It's beauty from the inside out. You will feel better and look younger with Invite Health's high-quality Peptan B5000 collagen. Invite collagen is very pure and is rich in collagen peptides that help smoothen your skin, grow your nails, and improve the look of your hair. You'll also feel better, be more agile, and move like you're years younger. Take advantage of this special offer from Invite Health. Buy one bottle of Collagen HX powder at 50% off suggested retail. If you buy two, you also get free shipping. Contact Invite at 800-463-7575 for Collagen HX and a younger you. Call 800-463-7575. That's 800-463-7575. You can also visit an Invite Health location or go to invitehealth.com.
Personalized nutrition
If you had any idea how absolutely insane the stock market is,
Unconventional wisdom is sweeping the nation, and you are next.
you need to stop being dependent on a paycheck.
The Del Walmsley Show is on WNN, Mondays at 5, Tuesday through Friday at noon.
Or 561-331.
What you want to know. What you need to know.
Let's all welcome a new
Dog
sponsor to the show.
1470.
It's AMP2
WNN.
TV, the first and only internet
Hey, how you doing? My name is Nick. I'm with Hey Mr. DJ Courtesy Limo. I service all of South Florida. We offer really great services. We offer DJ and limo service. When you book the DJ service through us, you get the courtesy limo for the entire day. My office number is 561-507-4376. Mention Yelp or Google, you get 15% additional savings. You can look me up on Yelp or Google under Hey Mr. DJ.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would just listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power. A platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions. A voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have the platform to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 80800. That's CAFE to 80800.
Cruise Planners, an American Express travel representative, has a tremendous reputation for quality, service, and very competitive pricing for all of your travel needs. As a Cruise Planners travel advisor, Paul Vadiano will help you discover exciting adventures around the world, from cruises to land tours and completely packaged vacations. Paul specializes in all types of travel and will create an unforgettable vacation, wedding, or event just for you. Find Paul at www.cruiseoptics.com, on Facebook, or by phone at 561-232-2626. We make your travel dreams come true.
It's lunchtime, and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from Studio A in the heart of Delray Gallery, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free at 888-565-1470 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back. And this is 2 of 1, which equals 3 minus 4.
We've had more people on the show today than we have in a whole week.
We didn't have nobody today,
No, today's
Freddie.
a really busy.
There's
Today's
nobody.
a busy
Nobody.
Monday.
You even got the Turk to come. Do you know that everybody wants to know who's the Turk? I go, that would be her.
Do you know my phone's been blowing up? I was just telling Karen, been blowing up all morning with the same message. I thought I was hacked because I got the same message. You know, they say don't open it because if you see that someone got into the account, I must have gone 3 or 4 that started out. I did not know you were in production. And I opened the first one up kind of going, it's my phone. I hear you have Best Buddies and Karen Turk coming on. Next one, the same thing. I did not know you were in production. I see you've got Best Buddies. Are you covering the event tonight? Next one, same thing. I thought, holy smokes, it started at 9:30 this morning because the Turk is coming on.
I found out Friday, I think. I said, hey, I'm going to see you Friday.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be here talking about Best Buddies.
So let me tell you, it's not easy to find someone that can share space with the Turk on camera. And we were talking about it Friday on our way to NN. He says, who's on? I said,
I don't
Karen
know what
Turk.
the hell she's talking about.
And I said, I don't know who we're going to put on set with Karen Turk. And in walked Sarge, and I went, boom, perfect match. We got Sarge, we got Turk, we got Ramona from Ramona's Italian Eatery on, and we've got the 2 lovely ladies from our 12 o'clock hour on Our 2 Sons who have done tremendous work in the recovery space for their sons and bringing awareness and funds forward.
And we're going to make it a little louder. They're going to probably do a show next Monday. 6 or 6:30.
Next Monday is Rosh Hashanah, so you might have to check their schedules if they're Jewish.
I don't know that.
Well, we got to find out. We'll check that out anyway.
You have a Rosh Hashanah scheduled delay. Do you have a dilemma on Monday night?
We do, but we don't want to turn down that.
You know what?
Bring our Rosh Hashanah dinner with us.
Those are my kind of people right there, baby.
I know.
You
We'll
can
never turn down an opportunity to bring
And
awareness.
we'll feed you
and
at the same time.
You can never go wrong with an ex-New York City cop. That's all I got to say.
Well, let me tell you about my Rosh Hashanah for next week. You know, it's all about bringing the family together and new beginnings, and it starts Sunday. So normally I have every holiday at my house, which is why everything gets put in a closet in a drawer for about the next 6 months.
Is this a sad story?
No, it's not. You're going to laugh at the story. But it's a lot for my parents to come up Sunday night for dinner and then Monday morning. So I said, all right, we'll have dinner in Fort Lauderdale. We'll come to you. And well, then you got to find a restaurant that everyone can agree on that actually makes sense financially at $25 a head. I don't
But
need
why do you have a
$25.
restaurant?
Okay, wait, I'm going to get to that point. We can't find a restaurant that we agree on. So I suggest to my mom that maybe we can bring in, I don't ask her to cook, bring in food to her house. She said, that would be great. And I know it's not out of your way, so can you pick it up on your way down?
But that's good. I'm glad they did that to you. You should be cooking. My mother used to cook for 50 people during
No, it's good. I just get to
Viernes
pick it up.
Sociale, all sorts of good stuff.
I just get to pick it up on my way down to her house.
You're actually going to bring in food?
Yeah.
It's to start cooking.
I'm starting over
Chucky
with a new
really
restaurant.
agrees.
Maybe I'll talk to Ramona, but I know it's the holidays, so I got to pick it up early.
I was hinting that.
I'd have to pick it up by Thursday.
Ramona, she does
Cakes I can get you. I have some really great cakes from Brooklyn
We're
that
back-
just came in.
We're back to the sweet stuff. What about food? Oh,
Well, it's dairy, so normally on a holiday, unless it's a lunch meal, and I'm sure that you're not going to do a lunch meal, it's usually
it's the whole
meat.
thing.
So you have to
Dairy.
cook.
No, I'm going
Yeah.
to pick it up from my restaurant.
Really?
You
Karen,
should
what are you
make maybe
doing?
one dish and then cook the rest.
I need to hear what the church is doing for holidays.
I don't know what we're doing yet. I heard something about the Chabad and something about the Colony Hotel, so I think that's where I'm headed.
Right
I'm
up
headed
my
to the
You don't
Chabad.
cook either?
What?
You don't cook?
I try to avoid cooking at all costs. Nobody really wants me to cook, Freddie. That's
Really?
part of the problem. Nobody
That's a
really
better
wants me to
answer.
cook.
She does have a good answer, though.
That's a good answer. You have to start, you're borrowing.
We got the turkeys in the house, and she has
Turkeys
been
in the-
nominated for a tremendous award with Best
Yeah,
Buddies.
what is that?
I am so excited. So
What is that?
I've been nominated for Champion of the Year for Best Buddies, which gives me an unbelievable opportunity to talk about one of my favorite charities for the next, it was 10 weeks, but I'm on the last now, like 6 weeks, and raise awareness and get people talking about it up to our gala, which is going to be November 1st. And our honoree is another great volunteer for the organization, Antonio Sabato Jr., who you may know. And we are going to have our gala at the PGA National November 1st, and it's
Wow.
going to be amazing. And you know, this organization is founded on such a simple concept. You know, I spend so much time talking about politics and kind of these divisive subjects that this is something we can really all unite on. It's something we can all come together
We
on.
can all breathe on a Monday morning.
That's why I'm so excited. It's such a simple concept. It's based on friendship, creating friendship for people who have intellectual disabilities, pairing them with other people in the community, and creating great friendships that might not exist otherwise.
Wow.
You know, people with IDD are just like us. You know, you get caught up
What
in
is
your day.
IDD?
Intellectual disabilities and developmental disabilities. So people who have, you know, any kind of learning disability or whatever. Kids in school. My son's middle school has a Best Buddies program. So what it teaches all of us is to just include people for who they are and to socially accept them. So they match the kids in the special needs program with the kids in the regular program, and they create friendships. And they do this in middle school, they do this in high school, and they also do this in the adult program as well. So it teaches you really to connect with friends and people in the community that you might not create a friendship with otherwise. You know, the kids in the special needs class end up hanging out with the kids in the special needs class, and the kids in the regular classes end up hanging out with the kids in the regular classes.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been working with them actually on their adult program for years, and it kind of happened naturally because when I moved down here, I was fortunate enough to work for somebody who had an accountant who had autism. And I saw this individual and saw what a dedicated, loyal employee he was. And it was something that I wanted to kind of implement in our own business. And it wasn't really something that my husband and I talked about or, you know, made public. But we've been hiring people with special needs for many years. And we've had really great success in having people who are autistic work with us. Because you want to know what? There's an 86% unemployment rate for people with intellectual disabilities. Isn't that unbelievable?
That is unbelievable.
And they're so happy to have a job and to be there that they end up becoming some of the best and most loyal employees. And, you know, everybody has a talent. I'm good at about 3 things. So, you know, focus on the 3 things or the one thing that you're good at and find that talent in that employee and give them a job that they can enjoy and they'll be with you forever. So that was kind of my introduction to Best Buddies, and I got in a conversation with Trisha Williams, who does an amazing job. Hey, Trisha, running the organization here in Palm Beach, and I had worked with her on the Alzheimer's Association, and I told her my personal story of hiring people with special needs, and she said, "Why aren't you volunteering with Best Buddies?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Tell me about Best Buddies." And when I heard about this organization, I just could not tear myself away. Because again, it's such a simple concept. We all want friendship. We all want to be included. I don't care what side of the aisle or what your religious persuasion is. It's something that's universal to every single human being. And here's an organization that's doing this every day for our kids and for adults here in our community.
They're in the school systems?
They're in the school system. So pretty much middle school and high school, they probably have a Best Buddies program. And I'm surprised how much I talk about them and people go, I don't know about this charity.
I didn't know.
I wonder if they were at the event last night. Last night we were invited to the Roots and Wings event, and that was at Delray Arts Garage. And there were over 200 teachers there that have been awarded through Roots and Wings of what they give back to their kids, and those that go above and beyond and helping the kids learn reading skills. And they must, I'm sure in some of these schools, they must have a Best Buddies program.
Yeah, they do. They do. I mean, my son goes to Boca Middle, and I found out they have a Best Buddies program there, so we're going to be getting him involved with that program. And what's great about this, wait until I tell you the best part of this whole thing, I have a campaign manager. And my campaign manager, his name is Ethan. And Ethan is a student at Olympic Heights High School, and he's a leader in his Best Buddies program. And he becomes an extension of my campaign, and I've developed an amazing friendship with him and his family, and he's helping me raise awareness and funds. And he's a kid who's involved in the program, who's a leader at his very high school.
Wow.
How cool is that?
It's so cool. And you know what you realize is that everyone has some sort of intellectual challenge. Whether you've been identified, labeled, even for me last night walking to a room of 200 people, maybe that's my intellectual challenge. It's getting out of your comfort zone, and everyone has something that makes them uncomfortable. And you can label it, and it even gets bigger, or you don't get a label, but you know internally, everyone's unique and different.
We are, and we all need friends to help us overcome things. You know that I don't necessarily love public speaking. I know this is going to freak everybody out right now, but this is a learned skill.
There are draws
this
on the
is a
floor over there.
learned skill. This is something that I've been doing for years and years and years, and it's because of the support of my friends and people who have inspired me to be better. Don't even do that. Don't do that, Freddie. It's so true.
This woman has been in front of more cameras than you have hair. I'm watching Freddie shake his head.
Now, but not always. Not always.
Not always, no. When she came out of birth and she was on a bottle, she was in the front. And then, didn't you do the Pamper commercial? No, Monique.
I wish I was on a Pampers commercial.
Somebody we had in here did.
Forgive me, Freddie. I got a question for you.
Ask me, Joe.
Do you have a Dr. Lee on now, or going to have?
1 o'clock out. No, tomorrow. Oh, tonight actually. She's going to be on WNN tonight at 6:30.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. I got to remember the schedule in my head.
I don't even know that Dr. Lee was going to be on tonight.
Well, she's on our show tomorrow at 1, and she's on tonight on AMP Tell Us Your Biz at 6:30.
I didn't know.
I guess she's got people calling in already.
Oh, okay.
Manuel, we need that spot for tonight at 6:30.
Good luck with that.
By the way.
That's an open?
No.
I don't know what you're doing.
I'm kidding.
I have
It's a
no
new
idea what
commercial.
she's doing. Don't look at me that way, because I'm in the lost.
Commercial. And you're raising funds as well.
Yep, we're raising funds, awareness, come to the gala, buy a sponsorship, just simply donate, anything you can do. I want to raise awareness for this organization because, again, I get that answer. So many people say, what is Best Buddies? I don't know about this. So that's the main goal of my campaign. But obviously, we can't grow the organization without fundraising. So if you can buy a table, come to the gala.
Why don't we bring some of the kids on the show?
We'd love that. That would be amazing. I would love to do that.
We've done so much with sensibility. We work with
Let's
other
bring in different
organizations.
schools. I think it would be kind of cool. Let them wear their colors.
So let's set that up.
fun.
We've
Let's
got,
do it.
all of October to figure this out.
We
It's
do.
November.
Yeah.
We've got some time, so let's bring them forward. Let's spotlight these kids, those that excel, and hey, if any of them want to intern,
Let's go to PGA.
we'll start a Best Buddies program right here at the cafe.
I'm going to take you up on that. I'm going to hold you
Absolutely.
to that. I love this idea.
Let's go to PGA.
Dylan, would you Best Buddy with somebody? I knew he would. Nicole says yes. I know Tiffany. I know everybody would.
Perfect.
Let's go to
PGA? What do
PGA.
you
I
wanna
said
do,
it 7
PGA?
times.
I heard you. What do you want to do, PGA?
I wanted to cover this event.
Actually,
Yeah.
that was the text I got this morning. Are you covering the event?
I didn't even know about the event. I didn't even know she was going to
That's
be
why I'm
here.
coming here to tell you everything today. I wanted to surprise you in person. Why would I just want to send you an email?
Let's do this.
That was the text I got this
Let's
morning.
do
Where, now, oh, by the way, I didn't know you were a production company. Are you covering the event? And that's where the text I got that I thought were spam.
No, we are not a production company. We just act
We
like
just act like one. Yes, we are. We're actually 2 rolled into 1.
Actually 3, but that's something else.
But that would be great. Yes, I would love if we can. Let's start a Best Buddies program here. Well, sometimes we've got upwards of 10 producers that are here that I'm sure would be more than happy to. And we can always use extra help.
Yep.
I think there's a lot of kids that would want to be in TV and media who would love to be introduced to the opportunity to be matched with somebody here.
That
So,
have skills.
yeah.
I mean, everyone, our animator has he's spectacular in what he does. He's away, and Dylan is great. Everyone's great at what they do, let's share it out.
They have a forte. The funny thing here is we want to lead up to PGA. I don't just want to cover it. I'd like to do something that builds us up and go in that
It's
direction.
November 10th.
Let's do it. It's
Making
November
awareness.
1st. November 1st.
And we can maybe get the shy one that doesn't like being in front of a
This
camera.
one?
Yeah. I said public speaking. I said I had a hard time with it. I did.
You did. That was so long ago.
I did. It
Can
was
you
a
still
long time
remember
ago.
it?
But
She had to show her husband on the air, and I was doing the production. And they used to walk in, and at the beginning, he was in charge. He used to say, "Okay, I'm going to sit here and there." That lasted about all of 4 minutes. Then she said, "Okay, this is the way we're going to do it."
But
Remember
you know
that?
what? Her visibility has
Sure
led to
do.
so many great things about in the community and bringing people forward. If you grow the visibility of who you are, we're our own hometown celebrity. You are, right?
yeah,
And
I
bringing
love
the
South
kids
Florida.
forward.
I'm so happy to
You
be
do
here.
so much with South Florida.
So happy to be here.
Still working with CBS and everything else.
In South Florida.
Yeah. Best decision I ever made was moving to South Florida 20 years ago. I've been here 20 years.
Don't you have a show
Life-changing.
on another radio station? I don't want to name it, but
I
you
do.
still
We won't
do?
name it, but yeah,
you
I'm still
have
doing
it.
Red America Radio, and actually have a new show coming out. It's called Behind the Headlines with Karen Turk. And we're going to be talking to a lot of celebrities and doing different interviews, and that's going to be out
Politics?
in the next few weeks. And
Is
it's
it
going to be
politi-
national.
political?
It's a little political, but I'm a little political.
No, you're a lot of political.
It's a lot of. It's a lot of.
Look at that,
conser-
ladies
it's a
looking at
lot
themselves.
of. It's a lot of conservative celebrities. Like for example, Antonio Sabato Jr. He actually ran for Congress and he ran on the Republican ticket. He's a really interesting guy. So we do talk a little politics, and we kind of get the serious side of the soap opera actor. But there's more to him than just that.
Soap
we're all
opera.
multi-layered people. You know, you can't.
But what
just
is the show
judge.
going to be? It's about business. It's going to be about life, community.
Oh, I want to get to the core of the things behind the headlines. So I want to know who that celebrity really is. I want to know about their kids, and I want to know who they are, and I want to know what makes them tick, and I want to know all the things that they haven't talked about in other interviews. That's going to be my show.
Like the whistleblower in the White House?
Yeah, maybe.
Actually,
You never
Karen,
know.
people want to
So she
know if you're
does.
hiring people with special needs, and are you hiring senior citizens with special needs, and is it
Oh,
paying?
that's interesting.
Well, yeah, maybe. I mean, and I have a lot of connections. I've been in South Florida for 20 years, so I will help to
How should
connect
they
you
reach
with
out to
people
you?
that can help you. Let's find out what their talents are and match them with an employer that can help them. And Best Buddies has a program that actually does this.
All right, Lisa, let's get in contact
You
with
have
Darren.
a phone number or website?
How do you want them to get in touch with you?
They can get in touch with me through,
Website?
well, and I don't want to have them go to
Your
the
assistant?
bit.ly. Yeah, my assistant. We'll have them get through. Can we not publicly post her number? Can we
What
just
about a
do it
website?
privately?
You have a website?
Lisa Ann, we will
Yes,
inbox
my
you.
website.
Let's
Let's
go to
do
the
my
website.
website. My website is www.karen, Karyn, Turk, Turk.com, and they can send a message through my website.
There you go.
And
and she'll
Samantha
get
will
back
pick
to
it
you.
up.
Yep, there
Perfect.
you
All
go.
right, we're going to go to commercial break, Joe. When we come back, we've got Sarge Pacheco with us. You know, everyone here is from New York.
That's right, baby.
How do you like that?
Is it? Oh, yeah. You know something?
I'm from Jersey.
Except you.
I'm a Jersey
I got
girl.
Oh, you're from Jersey.
They're from New Jersey.
Oh, family. That's
Oh,
right,
I
the
live in
Godfather.
Teaneck. That's so funny.
All right, we got New Jersey, New York,
I'll be
and
right
the
back.
Freddie, you feel like you're home.
We'll be right back,
We'll be
man.
right back.
I didn't realize everybody is so if you need a cook.
At Carmen Care Advanced Laser Therapy, our professional team specializes in finding the best alternative laser therapy treatments for your painful conditions. Do you suffer with chronic pain, a post-traumatic injury, or simply looking for the benefits of cell rejuvenation to the skin? Schedule a consultation today to understand how photobiomodulation can help reduce your symptoms, reduce or even eliminate pain. Give us a call today. 561-405-9577. We focus on treating you who has a disease, not a disease that defines who you are. Contact Carmen Care Laser Therapy today, 561-405-9577 or carmencarelaser.com.
Sexy, seductive, and beautiful. Looking for a professional and talented photographer? Danielle Boujon specializes in capturing flirtatious and tasteful images for yourself or your partner. Located in South Florida, Danielle really knows how to bring out your inner beauty on a shoot. Visit her website at www.danielleboujon.com BULJAN.com, or call her at 561-305-2241 to capture your most desirable moments.
Farrow Law Firm, standing up to corporate bullies, using innovative, aggressive, and effective strategies to resolve disputes effectively and timely. Contact us at 954-252-9818, online at farrowlawfirm.com, and on Facebook at Farrow Law Firm. We look forward to being of service to you.
Thank you for watching the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Dawn and Freddie S. at the cafe, give them a call at 888-565-1470 toll free. Come on in for a cup of coffee or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. Don't forget, sharing is caring, and to like this video. Let's reopen the cafe doors now. Back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
And we're back. Nice job, Dylan.
Dylan jumped in the board. And a nice piece by
Ryan.
Ryan did a nice piece on that rejoiner. Looked good.
A nice marketing piece he put together.
I like
it. If
it.
you're watching that with our rejoiner.
I was looking at that and I forgot.
Welcome back to the Brooklyn Cafe TV. It was a Me in Order Monday. What a great Monday. What a great way to start the week.
It's a good thing you had nobody coming today.
No, today was really a great day. You know, I feel like season has actually started. It came in like a boom last week, and here we go. It's time to get rocking and rolling. It's season coming.
And we're gonna
Today's
talk.
the first day of autumn, by the way.
I know you said.
Do you feel the wind in your hair?
No.
That'd be my fan on the floor.
I got no hair to win.
That'd be my fan.
But
on
I
the
feel
floor.
it in my
You're feeling
hat. I feel the wind in my hat. So we're gonna switch gears a little bit here, a little bit different.
Turk's gonna like this one,
Talking
though.
about self-defense, and that's the way I'm gonna present it. It has nothing to do with arms because there is no arm dealer in this place.
No.
There's all about self-defense, and I want to talk a little bit about that. And I'm sure the Turk will have a voice about that. And we have an ex-NYPD police officer in studio as well. So there's a lot to bounce around, right? So you want to make the introduction.
We've got Ramona. Yes, because Friday we were on our way to the Momentum Mindset Show, which I spend a lot of time quoting Jay and Janine, which is amazing. I say, what shows up for me? One of our most spectacular shows, 5 o'clock on Fridays with Jay Farrow and Janine Davis. And we said, going over our week, I was talking to Freddie, I said, I've got Karen Turk coming on Monday, and I just don't, Karen's got an amazing personality. But not everyone can fill the seat next to Karen with her amazing personality. And I said, who are we going to put on set with Karen on Monday? And in walks Dulce, because she's the chef to Jay Farrow, and her partner, husband, I don't know, but Sarge walks in. Boyfriend, and we started talking, I'm like, wow. We have never talked about self-defense with firearms on our show because it gets a little political and we don't really do the political stance. But you are retired police officer, you retired Department of Defense.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Tremendous background. So totally a safe space to have this conversation. And Karen, we thought this is such a great conversation.
It's a
for
great
you to have,
conversation
right?
for me.
And
yeah.
you never knew.
Yeah. No, I'm pro Second Amendment. I mean, I think that we all have a right to defend ourselves. We have to be cognizant, obviously, a lot of the issues that we have going on socially right now, and I am sensitive to those issues, and we need to find solutions for a lot of things. But at the same time, it's what America was founded on, and that's why we have a free country. So.
And we've got Sergeant Pacheco with us, and you have the Sergeant's Firearms Training Academy, which is a certified firearms instructor. Tremendous what you're doing. Tell us about what you do, and
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank you for this opportunity. It's a wonderful opportunity to not only plug my business, but also to meet other people, and especially speak about the Second Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. Unfortunately, a lot of the northern states are not as pro-Second Amendment, and I would say anywhere from, and I also tell this to my students, anywhere from Virginia up north, northeast coast. Of course, you got our wonderful state of New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Maryland, and so forth. They are very difficult when it comes to the right to bear firearms. And this is why when I came down here and I retired from federal law enforcement, I decided to take a program with the NRA, and I became an NRA certified firearms instructor. So I try to teach my students and instill what I have learned throughout my career, most of all safety, proficiency, and the responsibility that they have to hold once they carry a firearm, and also, more than anything, the liability factor. So with that, I try to do it the best I can with what I have. And I also am bilingual. I'm the only bilingual, from what I heard, the only bilingual instructor in Broward County, and also the only ex-federal law enforcement officer who instructs in Broward County.
Well, that's what I find so fascinating, that you're an ex-federal law enforcer, right? So it's not just someone that says, I'm going to teach you how to use a firearm. You've got the background, you've been trained through the best of the best, right? You understand the laws, the Constitution, what it takes. And we're not talking about walking around with something crazy. We're not even going into that conversation. This is truly going in legally and learning how to shoot
Absolutely,
a firearm.
Yes. Yes, I try to teach, like I said, I instill the best of my training, my background. I'm a graduate of 4 law enforcement academies. I actually started up in New York, Nassau County Police Department, as an auxiliary police officer, and that really got me, going as far as getting into the world of security and law enforcement. And I was also a security officer. Actually, I used to carry money, and I was an armored car courier for a few years.
Yeah, out of your mind. Out of your mind.
Sarge, I like that title, Dylan.
Now, I want to ask, now we have an ex-NYPD, and I want to get your take on this, because you've been retired now a few years, right? Up in New York. Now, we're not advocating about buying or selling guns. I want people to understand that, because I see my phone already blowing up. That's not what we're talking about.
No, not at all.
Not talking about. We're talking about safety here.
Self-defense.
And self-defense, and the proper way of using a firearm. Now, you were up north. Did you agree with having people learn how to protect themselves? And talk into your microphone.
I believe that if you are going to have a firearm, that you have an obligation to learn how to and have, accountability. I have a problem sometimes with the whole gun issue, because guns end up in the wrong hands. And so safety is, if you're going to have one, I don't think it should be taken lightly at all.
And I purposely, set you up, because I know most cops feel the way you do, because they are around it like you were.
Yes.
All the time. So it isn't about, when you use it correctly, everything's great. You go to school. Now, do you take training year after year to make sure that you are up to the latest and greatest?
Absolutely, yes. As far as being a retired officer, she as well goes through this also. We have to take annual training, which is qualification course. It's called HR 218. HR 218 is a specific law that was passed in 2004 from our former President George W. Bush. And that actually allows every retired officer to carry their firearm nationwide, including New York.
Do you carry yours?
I don't think you.
Do not. Okay.
Well, and I think it's important, too, to remember, just on the gun issue, too, not that we're advocating or talking about carrying guns. Until there are no guns, people should be able to defend themselves. Until there are no guns in the wrong hands, what are we supposed to do? You can't sit back. You have to want to protect your kids and your children and your community. So guns in the right hands can be a very powerful thing until we eliminate guns in the wrong hands.
But then let me ask you, what if there's an accident and accidentally discharges, or you shoot somebody and it's an accident?
Well, here's actually a question from someone. About putting a tie clip on a Remington.
I'm sorry?
A tie clip?
My husband has a Remington tie clip. Does this have anything to do with my husband's tie clip? Was my father?
No, they're actually asking
That's
Sarge.
Insane.
Oh,
they're actually
that's
asking,
very funny.
Oh, yeah, and then she does. She said, Karen's husband has one. Ask her. She'll know
yes,
where
it's
to
a
get
plug.
one.
Actually, we describe it as a plug. A plug is actually a safety device. You could also put a lock
different.
with a. It comes with a like a steel connection to it. So basically, it locks the firearm to keep it safe. And I always tell my people, as far as training is concerned, after the students successfully complete the course, and I stay with them for quite a few hours. State mandate only requires a few hours. I go in depth with my students, and I tell them also Florida statutes. For instance, the liability factor. And though I'm not an attorney, I have to say that as my disclaimer. I'm not an attorney, but I will teach you what is documented. I always carry everything documented. So this is what I try to teach them. I tell them, look, as far as keeping a firearm loaded in your home, unless you're proficient and you're safe and you study and you consistently practice with your firearm, I don't recommend it. I don't even recommend carrying a firearm if you're not comfortable with it. If you're not comfortable, don't carry it. Go through the proper training. Me personally, I train approximately every week, every other week, for myself.
How long are your courses in training?
I would say approximately 4 hours. So it all depends. It's all contingent
In
upon
one sitting, or you throughout the week?
one sitting.
Okay.
It's all contingent upon the student, how much the student picks up. And just so you know, I know you ladies are going to be happy with this. Statistically, women shoot better than men. So
He said that to me.
I like that.
I've had a lot of couples that come in.
I'm gonna hide behind you. I'm gonna give you my gun. You shoot.
I'm a good shot.
So I knew you were coming. So I have some questions that
absolutely.
because I asked people to give me some of their horrible stories with guns, because I want to be fair, because everybody's going to think if I don't do this, we're all going to be one-sided. It was a family who, the gentleman had a gun. It was in Atlanta, and somehow his 3-year-old got a hold of it and came in with the gun pointed, and everybody went crazy and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
It just happens to be he was there to help somebody move, and he wasn't even in the house. He just brought his weapon with him, and I guess he didn't put it away properly. So now they're coming down on him for being, there would have been a death. It would have been horrendous. It would have been horrible. So now they're thinking about getting rid of guns altogether.
Well, just so you know, in the state of Florida, it is a misdemeanor, and you can be arrested and subject to up to 3 years in jail.
In Florida, yeah?
In the state of Florida, yeah. If there's an accidental discharge for a minor, anyone who's below 17, the age of 17. So it's your responsibility, and that's why I tell everybody when I train them, it's your responsibility. If you're not comfortable with the firearm, do not load the firearm, and you need to practice. I've had people that I've trained, and I ask them, the first thing I ask them is like, how long have you owned a firearm? And they said, I've owned it for 5 years. When was the last time you practiced? 5 years ago. So, that's
kind of scary.
That's the norm, and it's scary.
But I think you're right. That's the norm. People get it because they're scared, or it's a reaction. They need a gun. They learn how to use it, and then it goes either in the safe, it goes in your bag, it stays locked. But then, what if you're in a situation? We talk about this all the time. You asked Sarge on Friday, if someone is waving a baseball bat or a gun, something crazy in a store, do you run towards them or do you run away? And what do you do? What if you're carrying a gun? What do you do? I don't know the answer. I'm not comfortable. It's not even a thing for me.
Let's put it out there.
I can interject there where I could say, as far as carrying a gun, again, it's a very big liability. It's your responsibility to know what you're going to do at that given time. If you're not in imminent danger, that's one of the key words that I learned in New York when I was in security. And I had an old man that he stuck that in our head. If you're not in imminent danger, do not take out your firearm. You can always walk away. Why is it
okay, but hold on. I'm going to change the scenario for you a little bit, right? Yeah. You're at Walmart and somebody's shooting a gun, and you're the only one in Walmart at this present moment that has a gun. Do you vacate or do you go towards the action?
Well, now that you're saying the scenario, we can go even further. Now, let's say, for instance, you're with your family. You're with a child. The first thing is to protect. Your instinct is to protect the child. And,
correct.
You're not going to go into a gun battle, and I wouldn't personally, and I would go for, protect the person I'm with. If I'm alone, different story.
What happens if you're alone?
If I'm alone, I'm going to confront that individual if I have the firearm.
So you're going to run to the fire?
I'm going to run to the fire. That's me. That's my training. That's my background. And I'm sure the officer from NYPD would concur.
And thank God for law enforcement. We need these people.
Would you run to the fire? Because I know you shoot.
You want to know what? I don't think I would, because I don't think I have the same amount of training as someone like him. And if I felt confident that I could handle the situation and protect other people's lives, I would jump in. At this point in my life, I don't think that I could. But I thank God every day for people in law enforcement, people like you that are willing to take a bullet for the rest of us. Yeah, it's an incredible thing.
Because you keep the presence of mind. You've been trained well enough.
It's a mindset.
It's a mindset.
Yeah,
this has been your training. You know exactly what you need to do, and you're comfortable and confident in your ability. You too, Stacy?
I would love
if you had to.
If I had to, yes, I would.
She would. She went to the fire.
I think that the instinct would kick in. It's been a long time. We unfortunately run into different fires.
Yes.
These days.
You do. You have a whole different set to that.
Yes.
But the other thing I wanted to mention is that sometimes helplessness makes you want to go get a gun. Because you see everything going on around. You go to a movie theater in Tampa. Gio was right down the street from Gio. That guy that shot that other guy in the movie theater.
Anywhere you go, Walmart. Look at the incident in Walmart. Look at in Miami. Just recently, there was a young lady who witnessed an elderly man who was handicapped being attacked in broad daylight. What did she do? She popped off around in the air. I don't agree with that, and I'm sure Officer from NY,
Now, a lot of people say, why can't you pop one off in his knee as opposed to taking him out? Like, oh, let me aim for the knee.
But would you really do that?
You got to remember.
I don't know. I'm going to tell you something. I don't know. I think
Imminent danger.
imminent danger, but
So if it's not imminent
if
danger,
it's not-
then your gun should.
talking to your mic, honey.
Absolutely.
All right, but let me ask you a
Absolutely.
question. You seen the episode where the guy pushed the guy down? The guy was 6 foot something. Pushed him. That guy went down. Guy came back with a gun and shot him.
Situation in Tampa. Correct.
Okay,
And,
but do you think that maybe the guy, after he knocked him down, should have gone to go get a cop?
Absolutely. He did.
And not
To
shoot
me,
him.
in my eyes, he did the wrong thing. He over-exaggerated the situation. The guy, the way I was taught, and I'm sure she was also taught, the officer from NYPD, and I instilled this into my students. You see a weapon, you draw a weapon. You see a weapon, you draw a weapon. Period. End of story.
You don't see a weapon, you don't draw your
If
weapon.
there's no weapon involved, walk away. Why would you have to get confrontational with somebody or multiple assailants? You don't know if they got a buddy behind here, buddy. We're from New York. We know that.
We used to do.
observant.
We were talking about this. We used to do skin to skin to settle a score. Now everybody has a gun.
That's the thing.
So
yeah.
scary, right? Yeah.
Back in the
I
day,
took
it was
classes.
hands-on, but unfortunately
Okay,
nowadays.
so let me get to my point. My point here is sometimes when you have a firearm, it gives you this. You think
Machismo.
you think you have the answer. So I think that the training becomes, if not more important than the weapon, because
Absolutely.
you ever train somebody and say, man, you shouldn't have a gun.
It's
Ever
the
had-
mindset, though,
And
right?
I'll be honest with you. I've had one individual, and unfortunately, he was from New York, which I hate to say. I love New Yorkers. I'm a diehard New Yorker, born and raised in Brooklyn. And this individual came up to me. He started spewing off at the mouth, telling me all this stuff that he's Rambo. I did AK-47s, M16s, 45s, 38s, and I'm like, and I even told him, I got right, New York. I'm saying, all right, Rambo, listen, are you the teacher or am I? Okay, and he goes, and I ask people, and that's another thing I do in my course, and I ask people, why do you want a firearm? That's the first thing I do. And basically, that's my psychological test to them. So now you know my little secret. So
I took classes when I moved to Florida because I figured what happened was I set off my alarm by mistake in the restaurant when I first got there, and it took them like 15 minutes to come, the police. So I said, you know what? I have to protect myself because they're not coming quick enough. No. What happened was I took the test, I got the certificate, and I never went for the license.
So come and see me. Come and see me.
I will.
Absolutely.
Now you're a business owner, right?
I should have.
But do you feel that you should, or do you feel that it protects you, or what is it that you feel that
I'm
you
a
have
little
to have?
scared that you just told everybody you don't. I feel like you're gonna sign up for the class right now.
No, but her husband.
I'm going to.
But her husband who sits there might.
Okay.
Just putting it out
I don't want to put a gun because he gets mad at me too often. But as a business owner, I really believe that I should be able to protect myself. I am totally on my car. I am totally for the Second Amendment.
If I may ask you a question and
Yeah.
interject, I'm sorry. Do you carry cash in that business?
Maybe.
Yes. But
Maybe.
now it's off. Yeah, maybe.
Well, let's just say it's a
It's
restaurant.
not that much because
Let's
everything goes
just
through
not
the
answer
register.
that on the air. But listen,
okay.
let's not ask that on the air. That's a training question, not here.
No, but as a business owner, I absolutely agree 100%. If you're a business owner, you should have a
I should
firearm.
have a firearm.
I mean, before, like I said, before I got into law enforcement, I did armored car. And,
That's a different story.
That's a whole different story.
Now, I got a question because we're going to go to commercial.
Yes, sir.
But I'm going to leave a cliffhanger here. I want you to think about this. Teachers in school, should they carry a firearm? Hold on. I'm going to show you the pluses and the minuses. Everybody gets to talk. Let's go to commercial.
All right, let's go to commercial break. Join our conversation. 888-565-1470. We'll be right back.
Okay, I gotta go.
I was on the phone this
I have to go.
Sorry about that.
Let's all welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet TV radio production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development, and they use all the latest platforms to help make all your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes or live radio streaming as well as tape productions for social media platforms and television. AMP2 TV can handle all of your television needs, including closed caption for a perfect on-air telecast. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages or visit one of their many studios to get your creative juices flowing. Come and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies, including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's AMP2.tv. Or call them at 866-224-5422. Feel free to call for a quote or just a consult of how to put your business on a social media platform or radio platform, or just doing a show that is covered by all platforms. Call 866-224-5422 and make an appointment. That's 866-224-5422.
Do you want to enhance your love life with flowers? Rejuvenate love, life, health with flowers from Blossom Moments? Weekly deliveries to your home, your business, hospital, or even senior centers. Give us a call at 561-951-6343. Blossom Moments could also coordinate your wedding or event. Contact Blossom Moments at bmgevents.net. For all of your floral event needs, large or small, call Blossom Moments. 561-951-6343. And we look forward to hearing from you.
What's with all the excitement? Join us at Game of Axes, Boynton Beach. The game is simple and learning to throw is fun and easy. For more information, search our website, gameofaxes.com, or call us at 561-617-0120. With the help of our talented axe masters, you will be hitting bullseyes in no time. Game of Axes is located at 12550 South Military Trail. Let's get throwing!
Thank you for watching the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Dawn and Freddie S. at the cafe, give them a call at 888-565-1470 toll-free. Come on in for a cup of coffee or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. Don't forget, sharing is caring, and to like this video. Let's reopen the cafe doors now. Back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
Yeah, we're back at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. You know, it's an interesting subject you brought up. Are we digressing?
No, we're not digressing. We're just going to talk about something for 1 second, and then we'll digress back.
Freddie digresses. Okay.
It's an interesting subject matter. Right. Yes, hold on to your hats if you want to call and join the conversation. But we had two ladies that came on here. What was the organization?
Our two sons, Stacey Katz and Cindy Singer.
And they're right there. Let's put them up on 3. And tell us a little bit about what you do. Don't everybody speak at once.
So we just wanted to again thank you for having us, and we're very, very passionate about what we do. We help people in early recovery, and that could mean anything from clothing to emotional support to shoes to plugging them into where they need to be.
And if we can't help them, we network. We will, find help for them.
That's what happens when you put them on the spot.
But what we talked about on the first hour is that it's not socioeconomic, it's not what job your parents had, it's not where you live. You can't say it's not going to happen to me, because it can happen to anyone, any family at any time. And these ladies are perfectly here. I mean, you are a retired principal from New York, you're a retired police officer from New York. Things happen to everybody, and here we are to say, Mom's on a mission. You gave me this great shirt.
Yes.
Talk about Mom's on a mission. Yesterday at Roots and Wings, I felt like I was back in my PTA days, and people were going, oh, I remember her from PTA. Mom's on a mission, right?
Stacy's son designed our logo.
I love this.
My son is an artist. He's a tattoo artist, and the gifts of recovery will make him present and be able to give back to the community in a positive way instead of taking. And we have a job to do as a community to, like you said, It happens to everybody.
Happens to everyone.
If you put us all in a line, I'm surrounded by a lot of moms who unfortunately have lost their children, a lot of moms who are fighting to help their children and their loved ones. It's not only children, but no matter what, my child is always going to be my child. And we have a responsibility to, it does not have a face. If you lined us all up and said, okay, pick out which one is the one who has the son or daughter in an addiction, you wouldn't be able to
You won't be able to know half the
People
time.
have so many preconceived notions too, what
And we have
somebody
to end
looks
that.
like, their hair color, whether they've got tattoos. You know what? It's not, because someone that your child, your cousin, your niece, your nephew, who you think you know, as Freddie always says, you don't know what pain people walk around with, whether it's started with the opioids, a tooth pulled, it could be anything. It's not just these gateway. I mean, the vaping, there's so many things out there, but we need to be aware of the resources in our community to help.
Absolutely.
And Monday night at 6:30, the ladies are going to be doing a show at NN for Tells Your Biz. So check it out, 6:30 on Monday night.
Yeah, just wanted to say thank you as well and say that we need support. So if anyone wanted to go on our Facebook page, Our Two Sons, and donate, there's donate buttons there, and we need all the help we can get.
It's the other way around, honey. If you have a kid or a daughter on this planet, it's people like you have come forward to help people with a problem that most people throw their hands up in the air and they don't have an answer to it.
You know,
so we thank you.
I actually would like to put a spot together for those that are willing to. The
Absolutely.
faces of our homeless veterans, those in recovery, the people that you think you would walk right past and not know, and those that you think might need help, you go, I don't want to help them. Those that are on the corner asking for money, you know what? Everyone has a story, and it's almost like we need to put a face to those faceless people that we think don't walk among us, because they all walk among us.
Pain is real, as they say. Okay, I want to jump into this.
And thank you, Tiffany, for the introduction. Nice
Yes,
job.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Thanks for coming today, ladies.
But
You wanna
I
get
want
back
to get back to this controversial point
Well-
because I have a ex-principal.
Well, it's interesting because Friday, Omni Middle School, my kids went to middle school there, was on lockdown. They were on a code yellow. It's a middle school in Boca Raton, and it was blowing up my phone, and one of our producers drove past it. All the police officers were there. My understanding is everything is fine, and there was no incident. However, in our own backyard, what's happening in our school system?
Should teachers have guns?
It's scary. And, you know, I just told Dawn when we went to commercial break, I actually was on the phone this morning with the Boca Raton middle school principal because of this incident on Friday, because I was in Tampa doing an interview and got a call from my panicked child, who's not a kid who panics, that Omni was on lockdown and he was scared and the kids were talking amongst themselves. And a lot of it was kind of the telephone game where it becomes something bigger than it is. But there's an environment that, as a parent, I've never dealt with any of my other kids. This is a whole new world for these kids.
Yes.
And talking to him this morning, I talked to Mr. Slack this morning. I think he's doing the best he can as a principal. It's a new world he's navigating as a father and grandfather too. But they have one person on the campus who's armed.
One teacher.
I don't know.
Oh, is it a
one,
teacher?
One school resource officer.
That's it.
One.
So the teachers there don't have guns.
He told me they do not, and I am very concerned as a parent that there is only one officer with a gun on that campus at Boca Raton Middle School, and I don't know what I'm going to do about it, but I've been on fire about this before I got here this morning. This is a great conversation.
I can see that. Now I'm going to leave you for last because well, you may be actually the most sensible solution to this problem, but I'm going to leave you for last. Now I have a principal, ex-principal and I know that you don't agree with it.
Well, you know, I have to agree with you. I have a 6-year-old granddaughter that goes to Calusa and comes home every day and tells me about Code Red, Code Blue.
It's a whole new world.
And it's just a matter of fact to her, and it upsets me terribly. But being that I was a principal in a school, teachers carrying guns, I don't know about that. I don't think that we hire teachers because of their ability to use guns. We
Correct.
hire them to teach our children. And so that is a whole other conversation that has to be had now, of
Yeah,
course.
I agree with that, but I also think that there's a lot of great people in our community that need to pool our resources right now to keep our kids safe. So maybe that there's a way that somebody who is a teacher, maybe is an ex-law enforcement officer. I mean, many people have, you know, different talents and different careers throughout their life, and perhaps there's someone who wants to volunteer
Hold on, Turkey.
to be armed.
Turk, hold on. I want to keep it on teachers. I understand
But
there's
I'm
a
saying if
whole
you have a
bunch
teacher,
of other
but there
ways.
may be a teacher that
change in
has
career.
training
So
that's willing
maybe
to do
Stacy
it.
decides she wants to become a teacher, but she's been trained and has the mindset from her past career.
Yeah.
When she goes forward.
Perhaps I do think that we have, as a society, to do things individually. We make blanket statements and blanket decisions that are very scary. To say that all teachers could carry would be very silly. Like you said,
Right.
you wouldn't
I'm
be
not
comfortable
saying- right.
in a Walmart running towards, while Sarge would, and maybe I would, and maybe Cindy wouldn't. It really does depend. So now to say, and again, I agree with Cindy, our teachers are hired
To be teachers.
To teach. That being said, perhaps there are teachers that want to
That
be.
would step up.
That feel
Okay,
comfortable.
but hold on.
Maybe
But
they're
hold
that trained,
hold that
maybe.
thought. Hold that thought. I got you. Now, I want to bring in proper training. I understand you're putting teachers under so much duress and everything else. And not only you got to teach, they're also priests and rabbis, whatever you want to call
And
them.
then where do you keep this firearm?
But time out.
And then when do you feel comfortable enough to
Go
take
ahead,
the
look, take it easy,
firearm
Misa.
out?
Hold on.
So many levels.
Well, hold on.
You started it.
I ended, but I because I don't have a lot of time. Proper training, first step, yes?
Absolutely, yes.
So-
And I would say, in my opinion, well, now the state of Florida has implemented a new program, which is a school safety officer. One of my friends just became a school safety officer, but he did 20 years of law enforcement in the United States Navy. He was also my former partner. So I actually vouched for him when he was going for the interview. And a captain and a lieutenant, I got several phone calls, and I said, listen, if you don't hire this guy, you're making the biggest mistake in your life.
Okay, so
Hire him.
he's on the premises.
Yeah, he's on the premises.
One guy.
Well, no, actually, he actually works in Tampa, and I believe there's 3 officers on site.
Do they have any where your kid
We
is?
have one at Boca Middle. That was
Okay.
the conversation this morning,
See,
and I
now-
just feel
now,
like
hold
that's
on.
underserving the student population.
But
I'm just saying.
hold on. I understand your plight, and I do understand where you're coming from because accountability is always very important.
It's the responsibility. We talked with, he mentioned that when he first came on, it's the responsibility of having a firearm. It's not that you can take a 4-hour training class. And yes, okay, so you're trained now to use a firearm. You've got the responsibility. You've got children. You've got to have the presence of mind and the mindset
But
to know
hold
you're
on.
going to do the right thing.
But
with
wait a
it.
minute. At first, I would change all the doors in school. Let's start there. So you can't get in, you can't
But
shoot
now
your
you're
way
on a
to.
funding
But
issue.
take it easy. Funding.
Funding.
I think I have enough grades to show you where we should get funding. But anyway, let's assume that gets done.
Agreed.
Do you feel better that you have an armed teacher? I don't care if her gun is in a safe in a wall, underneath the blackboard, behind the lunchbox. I don't care. Taking care of those kids who now you can't get into that room. Money? How much does a life cost? Because if it's my son,
100%.
I'm going to tell you something. I will be upset as you are today. Not because you don't have a point, because you're giving responsibility to teachers who maybe shouldn't have a gun. Agreed. But this is where you come in. This is where you're going to have to separate the men from the boys, the apples from the oranges. And even that test, put that to the test. And let's see where we can go with
Let's
it.
give out Sarge's information so people can contact you.
Yes, my information, my website is www.sargesfirearmsacademy.com. That's sargesfirearmsacademy.com.
We told you it's going to be an interesting conversation,
Yes,
right?
it is. Yes.
I love the fact that you were here because you're right. What you're saying is 100% right. But
When you got
anger
Karen's
keeps
information,
going.
how can people donate to Best Buddies? Find your link.
They can actually do my link, which is, do we put the bit.ly link up on the
Or
screen?
they can go to Karen Turk.
Or they can go to www.karenturk.com, and I'll go ahead and I'll send them the bit.ly link, and they can donate. They can buy tickets, buy a sponsorship to come to our gala and support Best Buddies.
More
To come with
information
that,
coming.
We're going to have Best Buddies partner with the Brooklyn Cafe TV. Ramona's Italian Eatery in the house.
In the house, and I'd like to be invited back, and
Of
everybody
course.
give me their order, and I'll bring lunch next time.
Ramona, I love
I'll be
you.
back for that show.
Yeah.
And you're going to be on the air Monday night, 6:30, right, ladies?
And our
And we
two
will
sons,
have more.
find them on social media. Tonight we've got a great lineup on NN starting at 6 o'clock, so tune in live. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place, back in Studio A. Have a great day and be kind to each other.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you ready for the challenge? Do you know what's coming? Are you ready to become a healthier you in 12 weeks? Welcome to Shred Zone. Shred Zone Fitness offers a personalized training program that you can do. with 30 minutes of time and online daily support, motivation, and a customized, easy, and flexible program designed with you in mind. Contact us at ShredZoneOnline.com and ShredZone Fitness Studio, 561-331-2059. ShredZone Online gives you 24/7 access to your personal trainer, personalized nutrition suggestions, strength training, and weekly accountability. Contact ShredZone today at 561-331-2059. Let ShredZone shred you to a better health. ShredZoneOnline.com or 561-331-2059.
The Heart of Delray Gallery, located in the Delray Art Complex, is one of South Florida's top venues for art, culture, music, and private events. The Heart of Delray Gallery is a cutting-edge, 11,000-square-foot art exhibition showcasing local artists and artisans with the highest quality of talent and vision, highlighting South Florida's creative arts. Visit us at the Heart of Delray Gallery, 1440 North Federal Highway in Delray Beach. Come, take a tour, book your next private event or fundraiser, or join us for Art Walk the first Friday of every month from 6 to 11 p.m. For more information, give us a call at 561-278-0074. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
If your investments with your stockbroker